Welcome to the Flex Forward podcast, where grit meets growth. With your host, Nick Espanet, bringing you stories of resilience, reinvention, and the real climb to success.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Flex Forward podcast. Today, we're joined by Todd. Karen is a registered dietitian that does marketing with a company with supplementals. I'm going to let her give a little more information about that. Karen, welcome to the Flex Forward podcast. We're glad to have you. Can you give us a snapshot of what you have going on in your world right now and about your business?
Absolutely. Nick, thanks for having me. It's been nice getting to know you as well. So I'm a registered dietitian. My background, I went to school at Texas A&M and have a degree in food science and nutrition and also scientific nutrition. So I'm a food scientist and also work on the dietetic side of things. But I've been working in the marketing area for over 20 years now, and over 30 years have been doing what I'm doing for finished product goods, for raw material suppliers. And now I'm working with a raw material supplier, a Japanese company, specifically Kiwahako. And we take raw materials or raw ingredients and put them into the food supply or put them into dietary supplement formulations and really help educate the formulators behind these products, behind the ingredients, and also help consumers and healthcare practitioners understand why dietary supplements are important and help supplement their diet and lifestyle.
That's awesome. It's kind of a science and the marketing together. You're blending two worlds. So that sounds like super interesting to be in that world. Especially now as people are looking more and more at longevity or healthcare, just improving their lifestyle. It's, supplements, I think, are an important part of that, and educating people on which ones are important. I shared with you earlier that I got into a spiral where I started, and one day I'm like, I got 7 or 8 different things here I'm taking, and I'm not even sure what they're all for anymore and why I started them. And so I need to start fresh. Awesome. Well, I'm sure a lot of competition out there in the supplement market right now. What's something that sets you apart from others out there?
Absolutely. It's a very dynamic marketplace. There's a lot happening. There's a lot of players from a global standpoint out there, from finished products to raw material suppliers. But I think what sets us apart is our trust and our transparency that we have with not only our customers that we deal with directly, but we're an open book. We perform the basic science on these ingredients to show they're efficacious and they can be used at certain doses to do different things within your body. And I think that's really important for a consumer to understand that they're not just providing balanced nutrition. Like if you miss a meal here or there and you're worried about you're not eating enough fruits or vegetables, taking a multivitamin is a good idea. But what about those other ingredients that you never really hear about that are kind of new, that weren't part of your basic anatomy or biology class? Those newer ingredients, do they have any real science behind them? And that's where my company and what I do really, I believe it stands above the rest, because we are transparent, we are open, and we are performing ongoing clinical studies, and we are educating people as well on the benefits of these ingredients and products.
That's awesome. So as you've worked through this process, is there anything that you found came easier to you that others may have found more challenging?
It's interesting. I look back, my parents are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, so I visit them quite often. And I've noticed over the years, I'll give them some supplements, and then I'll go back 3 months, 6 months later, and they're still sitting in their shelf in the same place that we put them. So I started asking questions, and even my own family, I didn't know this. My father hates taking pills. He does not like to swallow pills. So he actually prefers a gummy supplement. So I found a gummy supplement for him.
Nice.
He takes that now on a regular basis. My mother, on the other hand, said, I can't take that. That's your father's supplement. So I had to find another product for my mother that kind of fit her needs and was different, because she just couldn't get out of her mind, like, that's your father's product, I can't take that. Although it was not a men's product or a women's product, is universal. So it was just really interesting. And it let me take a step back and answer those basic questions up front. When someone is looking for a dietary supplement, what is their basic needs? Like, what are they looking for? Are they looking to lose weight? Are they looking for just a balanced diet? Do they have some other issues that they might need to address from different organs or different things happening in the body? And aging, as we know, we're all aging. We're not necessarily reversing that, but we do want to help slow it down. And, what kinds of things are beneficial for me? So just asking those questions up front. And then I do share with people on like navigating the supplement aisle, even navigating Amazon or online sort, how do you know, and how can you trust finished products out there? And I think that's that next level of understanding that I can help translate, and that we do a really nice job of helping educate consumers, and then also helping companies excel and make sure that they have the best possible presence online that consumers can trust.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I'm always hesitant buying vitamins or supplements online. I'm like, oh, is this company? I don't know. I'm not just getting a placebo or some. But yeah, I think going with a more reputable. But yeah, that's good that you provide that with something you guys provide for your clientele. So if someone's listening and wants to know about how to get better at something, have you had any resources that you've come across that you would you could share?
Sure. Well, I'm very active on LinkedIn, so I'd love for you to go some of my resources that I have there, working with dietary supplement companies, but also working with consumers. And I try to break it down to what to look for. Definitely look for companies that are reputable, who have a website, who are very clear where they're located, where they're based. If they're not willing to answer an email about you, I think that, or to you that you sent, I think that's a big red flag of you probably don't want to be purchasing products from them. They're hiding something. And I found that to be true for even customers I work with. So be very transparent and open. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can also go to my company's website through there, or I do offer I call myself the supplement dietitian, because I help take this complicated science, make it easy, and help consumers understand that. So that's another website to go to for more information as well.
Awesome. I just clicked on your website. I didn't see that earlier, but I'm not going to dive into it now, but definitely will. I'm very interested. I'm going to take a look. So as you've worked through your career, through being a dietitian and then getting your MBA, going into marketing, what's one of the biggest challenges that you've had to overcome?
Definitely working in marketing. And my background was not marketing. It was science-based to begin with. And switching over to the marketing side, really understanding that things change so quickly in marketing and what consumers are looking for. You have to be able to, you can't just do the same thing over and over again. You have to keep reinventing yourself, reinventing what you're doing so it resonates with consumers today. So just keeping up with the trends. And I think that's something that's ongoing and keeps me like really invigorated to keep coming back every day to figure out what's trending and what's moving forward.
Well, and that's good. I hear that theme a lot from our guest is, keep continuing education, seeing what's going out there either through podcast or books or just different things. Your trade. I don't guess there's magazines anymore. Trade websites that you can follow up on that stuff is so important to just a continued education as you're coming along. That's great stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It sounds like things are going very well in your career. So a lot of people start getting further along in their career. They start looking at potential passive investments to maybe work or invest in and create either passive income, to supplement or replace income. What are your thoughts on passive income?
I think it's always great to have multiple sources of income coming in, not just one source, so you can fall back on something. Like with education, always have something else to fall back on. So diversify as much as possible. And I do work in the industry, but I have not personally invested in different companies. So that would be something to look forward to and to look at if you're interested in divesting or investing in these different companies. There's a lot of, especially out of Texas now, 20, 30 years ago, we didn't have that many, but there's quite a few in Texas now that would, private companies that would be taking on different funding for growth.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's great. I think always trying to find a different source or something that you can, alternative investments other than just your stocks or something that can grow. So great. Well, Karen, as we're wrapping up the interview, what are any exciting plans or initiatives you have in the next 6 to 12 months?
Wow, 6 to 12 months. Well, I promised my mother that I will be putting together her family cookbook. And so that's a personal goal of mine. But we're just kicking off the 2026 here, and we have a brain health ingredient that I do have to mention because it's one of the hottest ingredients in the market. It's called Cognizin, Cognizin. And we are just, I would say exploding in the marketplace between having bars launched with it, beverages, and different supplements. And as I mentioned earlier, from a standpoint of science-based and efficacy, that's where it's at. And that's one of the fastest growing ingredients in areas of brain health that our consumers are looking for today. So that's hot and heavy for Q1 and Q2 for us.
That's awesome. That's what's up on the website that I've clicked on.
Okay.
Very
Great.
good stuff. Well, thank you so much for your time today and sharing some tips and insights for our listeners. If people would like to get in touch with you, what's the best way for them to reach out?
Sure. LinkedIn is very easy. Also, the Kiowa websites or the Cognizant websites, you can reach me. If you click on one of the banners there that says we're online right now, how can we help? You can reach me there instantly as well. So that's probably the easiest way.
Awesome. Good stuff. Thank you so much for, oh, shoot. Sorry. Almost ended it when I was trying to make the screen bigger. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm sure our listeners gained a lot. Y'all be sure and visit Karen on her LinkedIn and then over to their website. I'm going to take a look at this when I have some downtime a little bit later. And also be sure to like and share this episode. And we look forward to seeing back from you. So Karen, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nick. Appreciate it.
Thanks for listening to the Flex Forward podcast. If you've got grit, growth, and a great story, visit flexforwardpodcast.com/guest to apply and join us on the show.